We welcome viewers from around the world. In this video, we look at how the rise of tech innovation in West Africa is being deployed to combat poverty in the region. Across Nigeria, Ghana, and Cameroon, millions face daily hardship, but there's also a growing tech movement turning crisis into opportunity. We'll explain how homegrown tech solutions are starting to challenge that reality. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more global insights. The learning objectives are on your screen. In this video, we explore how the global tech revolution is reshaping economies and creating new opportunities. Around the world, technology is driving growth, creating jobs, and becoming a powerful tool for poverty reduction. In West Africa, this change is already happening. Fintech is expanding access to finance, agritech is helping farmers reach new markets, and health tech is improving access to care. Local innovation is directly addressing the root causes of poverty. We'll look at how tech is fueling job growth in Nigeria, Ghana, and Cameroon, and why this matters for millions. Finally, we'll highlight priority actions for governments to scale innovation, from digital infrastructure to education and private sector support. We are living through a global tech revolution that's transforming economies, industries, and lives. Around the world, technology is driving growth, creating millions of jobs, and expanding access to opportunities that didn't exist a decade ago. Digital innovation is reshaping finance, agriculture, education, and healthcare. It is connecting communities, opening new markets, and giving individuals tools to build better futures. From fintech and AI to renewable energy and health tech, technology has become a powerful engine of change. This revolution isn't limited to advanced economies, it is reaching emerging regions too, including West Africa, where local innovators are adapting global tools to solve local problems, including that of job creation and poverty reduction. The international poverty line has been updated by the World Bank. It is now set at $3 a day, using 2021 international dollars. That means anyone living on less than $3 daily is officially considered to be living in extreme poverty. And here's the reality check. In 2022, about 838 million people around the world fell into this category. With this information, it becomes clear why innovation and the tech revolution are playing a critical role in combating poverty across West Africa. In a region where traditional economic models have struggled to keep pace with population growth and rising living costs, technology is opening new doors. It is giving millions of people access to financial services through fintech, connecting farmers directly to markets through agritech, and improving healthcare access through health tech and digital platforms. These innovations don't just create products, they create jobs, expand economic inclusion, and build resilience against shocks. They empower communities that have long been excluded from opportunity, helping transform poverty from a permanent condition into a challenge that can be overcome. Poverty in Nigeria is rising sharply. In 2021, about 77 million Nigerians, roughly 35% of the population, lived on less than $2.15 a day. By 2025, that number is projected to reach half of the country's population due to a weakening economy, rising living costs, inflation, and stagnant income growth. For context, the World Bank poverty line is now $3 a day, which equals about 4,380 naira daily or 131,400 naira a month. But Nigeria's minimum wage is just 70,000 naira, far below the poverty threshold. That gap between what people earn and what they need to survive is widening, fueling hardship and inequality. In the midst of this crisis, a new wave of tech innovation is emerging. From fintech startups giving people access to digital banking, to agri-tech platforms connecting farmers to markets, and health tech solutions expanding access to care. Young innovators are building tools to bridge economic gaps. Poverty in Ghana is rising gradually, though not as sharply as in some neighboring countries. In 2021, about 7.5 million Ghanaians, roughly 23% of the population, lived on less than $2.15 a day. By 2025, that number is expected to grow to around 9 million people, or 26% of the population. This upward trend reflects how economic pressures, rising living costs, and slow income growth are pushing more households below the poverty line. But alongside this challenge, Ghana's growing tech ecosystem is playing a key role in driving solutions. Fintech platforms are helping to expand financial access in both urban and rural communities, while agri-tech startups are connecting smallholder farmers directly with buyers, improving their earnings and reducing inefficiencies. These local innovations are not a silver bullet, but they are critical tools in creating economic resilience, empowering communities, and helping more Ghanaians stay above the poverty line. Compared to some of its neighbors, poverty in Cameroon has remained fairly stable in recent years, with slight ups and downs. In 2025, that number increased only slightly to nearly 7 million people, or about 23% of the population. Without stronger economic growth and better social protection, even minor economic shocks could push many more Cameroonians back into poverty. But here too, innovation is beginning to make a difference. In cities like Douala and Yaoundé, fintech platforms are helping more people access financial services, while digital tools are supporting farmers and small businesses. Health-focused startups are also working to improve access to care, especially in underserved areas. These local tech efforts, while still emerging, offer promising pathways to build resilience, helping communities cushion against shocks and protect small but important development gains. Let's summarize by taking a closer look at poverty levels in Nigeria, Ghana, and Cameroon. In Nigeria, about 118 million people, half the population, live on less than $2.15 a day. In Ghana, around 9 million people, or 26%, live below the same line, and in Cameroon, about 7 million people, or nearly 23%, are affected. These numbers reveal a stark contrast across West and Central Africa, with Nigeria carrying the largest share of people in extreme poverty. But alongside these figures, a growing wave of local tech innovation, from fintech to agri-tech, is emerging as a powerful tool to expand access, create opportunity, and help communities push back against poverty. Let's put global poverty in perspective. In the United States, about 4 million people, roughly 1% of the population, live on less than $3 a day. That's troubling, but it's a very small fraction of the total population. This is the global reality of poverty and shows the stark contrast from nation to nation. 1 in 100 Americans live in extreme poverty. In Nigeria, it's 1 in 2. In Ghana, about 1 in 4. And in Cameroon, nearly 1 in 5. These numbers highlight how deeply uneven the global poverty burden is and how much more vulnerable low- and middle-income countries are. But in the face of these challenges, local tech innovation is emerging as a powerful response by creating new opportunities. But here's where the story takes a surprising turn. West Africa is not just defined by poverty, it's also home to a rising tech movement. From Lagos to Accra to Douala, young innovators are using code to tackle the root causes of poverty. While governments and international agencies wrestle with policy, local entrepreneurs are acting. They are building fintech platforms that give the unbanked access to finance, agri-tech startups that help farmers sell directly to markets, and health tech apps bringing affordable care to underserved communities. This is what it looks like when crisis meets innovation. In Nigeria, the tech industry is forecast to have around 225,000 job openings by 2025, especially in AI, cloud computing, and cybersecurity. Across Africa, the number of professional software programmers is estimated. For Nigeria, it's about 114,536 developers, and for Ghana, around 20,551. While Cameroon is estimated at 7,748. In Ghana, a government digital transformation initiative is aimed at creating around 9 million jobs in the digital sector over the coming years. Across the region, this innovation wave is already gaining momentum. In Nigeria, fintech startups are giving millions their first access to digital banking. In Ghana, agritech platforms are connecting smallholder farmers directly with buyers, increasing incomes and reducing waste. In Cameroon, mobile health tools are helping communities access essential care. These are homegrown solutions, built for the people who understand the problems best. It's not just about survival anymore, it's about building systems that create opportunity. But innovation alone won't solve poverty. To unlock its full potential, governments in Nigeria, Ghana, and Cameroon must create the right conditions for technology to drive inclusive growth. First, create jobs and diversify the economy by investing in farming, manufacturing, and technology. Second, build an enabling environment for private sector growth, startups, and digital entrepreneurship. Third, invest in education and healthcare to develop a skilled, healthy workforce ready to participate in the digital economy. Fourth, strengthen infrastructure, power, connectivity, and transport so opportunities reach everyone. Finally, fight corruption to ensure resources fuel real progress. In summary, poverty in West Africa is real, and the numbers are daunting. But they are not the whole story. Beneath the surface, there's a new generation of innovators, coders, and entrepreneurs proving that poverty doesn't have to be destiny. The question now is whether leadership and policy can match the energy of the people. Because behind every statistic, there's a story. In West Africa, that story is increasingly written in code. The learning objectives have been met.
We hope you enjoyed this video presentation. If you found this presentation informative and educational, please give this video a thumbs up and consider subscribing and sharing with family members, friends, and colleagues. Your support helps us create more informative and educational content. Until next time, stay strong, stay hopeful. This has been a presentation of Apomolero Media LLC.